Hi everyone, Corey here from Tales from a Polk County Girl, and I'm back. Yeah, that was kind of an unexpected hiatus, kind of an expected hiatus. I did again. I know my videos have been a few and far between these last couple of months, but that's because I didn't feel like I had anything to really share with you guys, and yeah, so this is kind of going to be a vlog life update video and a NaNoWriMo update video. So let's do the life part first. So yeah, everything's been going along. I got my pictures done for the Bob and Lace workbook back in the beginning of October. We did a 2-day shoot. My photographer was awesome, and the first 9 chapters of the Bob and Lace workbook, which is the part that actually needs an editor to look at. The rest of it's just a pattern that an editor doesn't need to look at. I've looked at the pattern and gone over it numerous times and done my own way of testing it and have actually tested it. So that is still with the editor at the moment. I sent it to her a couple weeks ago. She's been sick, so it's taking her a little longer to get it back to me, which is fine. It took me long enough to settle on an editor anyway, so I'm just going to stick with her. The plan is still to self-publish the Bob and Lace workbook in December. I don't have a date in mind yet. I just always told myself December 2019. So I could self-publish it December 1st, or I could self-publish it December 31st, or anywhere between those dates. And I knew I had to do that for myself because I also knew I was going to do NaNoWriMo, and trying to juggle NaNoWriMo and anything else, like even just housework, is impossible for me. So trying to do NaNoWriMo plus prep a book for publication, yeah, that was not going to work. So, excuse me, I had a little tickle in my throat. NaNoWriMo. So yes, I did decide to do NaNoWriMo again this year. Luckily, I had novella number 4 in my Traveling Knitter series. I had done that novella last year because the intent was to maybe get the 4th novella started during NaNoWriMo last year, and that didn't end up happening, which was fine. But that was an outline I already had, which was great. But then I had to go and sit and write the novella for the 5th one. And that took, knowing what I know now, I really wish I had written that outline last year when I wrote the outlines for novella 2, 3, and 4. So that's done. I'm actually, since today is November 16th, we are in the second half of NaNoWriMo, and I am happy to say that as of last night, novella number 4 was complete. And that was always my goal, 2 novellas a month to equal 50,000 words. Maybe next year I'll actually try a novel. Who knows? It's been so long since I've been in front of the camera. I'm trying not to stare at my face and actually trying to stare at where I'm actually filming. I'm out of practice. So today, I have not written yet today. After I get this video and then another video filmed, I'm going to sit down and do some writing before my husband and I head to Epcot Food and Wine Festival to meet up with some friends for a nice, lovely evening out. So yeah, as of last night, I'm not at 25,000 words, or 25,005 words, which is where when you're at the halfway mark of NaNoWriMo you should be. I'm at 24,247, which is fine because I actually did spend like an hour and a half last night after I had finished the first go through, or actually writing the first draft of novella number 4. I actually went back through the first couple of chapters and started adding stuff to get my word count up. I'm messaging members of my writing group going, I feel like a student who's trying to make word count on a paper with what I'm, and members of my writing group are English professors at the college I work at, so they found it very amusing. So yeah, the way I've actually been keeping track of my NaNoWriMo checklist, and I'm going to show you this very, very messy thing. Actually, give me that post-it note real quick, and I'll just cover that up so no one needs to see that. But what I've been doing, and this has been fantastic for me, is even though I've been behind, and I'm still a little behind, my goal is to write 1,700 words a day instead of the 1,667. And the way I do that is I draw 17 little squares, and I hope, we think we got the camera fixed, so this should not look backwards to you. Somebody please let me know if it's still backwards, or if it's not. If it looks fine, please let me know either way. I just draw the little boxes, and you see this was a day where I was behind and trying to catch up. I just did as much as I could, and once I've gotten 100 words down, I check the little box off. And you'll notice that it says like 6, 7, like I've numbered it. I did that because once you get out of the early thousands in words, you start, well, I start forgetting, like, where did I actually start word count today? So I can look at this and go, okay, so when I reach, because my starting word count was 20,573 that day, when I get to 20,600, I can make the check mark. When I get to 20,700, I make a check mark in the 7 box. It works for my head, and I'll tell you what, this has been fantastic. I'm a list maker. I like checking stuff off, and this is my B6 Flex notebook, guys. I'm back to using this as, it's been my best friend right now, because between just jotting down random notes and my little check boxes, it's been fantastic. So yeah, that's what's been going on, and I've just really been focusing on writing and getting things, really figuring out what I want to do writing wise, and working on getting that book ready for self-publishing and all that. So I have been around, but just not on YouTube. I know I've mentioned my Instagram account before. It's at cori.large, and that will be down in the description box. You know, you can go follow me over there on Instagram. I post stuff about my writing, my knitting, any random stuff I feel like sharing. I'm pretty active on Instagram right now. I'm still learning how to do Insta stories, because I mean, I've shared stuff to my story, but not actually filmed a story, if that makes sense. So, okay, well, I hope you all are doing well. If you've stuck by me this long waiting on an update video from me, bless you. If you're some of my patrons on Patreon and you're looking at me and you're watching this video going, hey Cori, you still owe us a November story. I know. It wasn't ready, and I had just thrown everything into prepping for NaNoWriMo. So it's mostly written. I just have to, again, if I meet 50,000 words before November 30th and can end NaNoWriMo early like I did last year. I think I ended it on November 29th because both my novellas last year were done and I wasn't just going to keep writing to write. The story I owe my patrons is written. I just have to polish it, and it's going to be another 2-parter, so maybe for December I'll just publish the whole thing. You'll get an extra long story instead of two halves of a story. Did that make sense? Instead of splitting a longer story into 2, I'll just share the full story in one, if that is acceptable. So, thanks for watching. I've got a planner video to go film because the planner has changed a little bit in the last couple weeks too. So, I will see everybody on here. I'm hoping to do a NaNoWriMo week 3 update video next week. Don't hold me to that because my brain has not been functioning the last couple of months. Between bookwork, nano prep, and other stuff going on, my brain has been, like I said, there's a reason why this has been my best friend lately. I have to write everything down because I have a memory like a sieve. So, have a nice day. I'll see you guys in the next video.